Good afternoon. I'm Vicki Westling with City Speaks. City Speaks is here for the residents for the city of Dunkirk to let you know what's happening in the administration of Mayor Wilfred Rosas, to let you know what's going on within our city, what's happening in our special events department. And with that, we have today our special events coordinator, our chairman of fun, Hector Rosas.
Hey.
So Hector, I love having you here because you're always so great and enthusiastic, and you bring fun. So, and we've had a lot going on, and we have some things happening this week. We have the 4th of July, so let's start with that first. I've had question after question about where are the fireworks going to be. Tell me about it.
Well, hello to everyone out there. Well, we have a 3-day celebration planned for the 4th of July fireworks celebration. July 3rd, we have some entertainment. The 4th, have some entertainment, plus the largest fireworks celebration in Chautauqua County. And then we follow that up with another fine music on the park with the KISS tribute band, and opening for them is another main attraction, really, Passion Works coming in. But July 3rd, we have Wooden Ship. Now, this is one of the class reunions from the 60s, and they've done a free complimentary concert for us in the past for the city of Dunkirk. And they're going to be returning this year with an acoustic. I think they have 5-member band from the high school days, back from the 60s. So,
and now they'll be at Memorial Park, right?
That will be at Memorial Park. Everything is done right now at Memorial Park. We might move one show to Point Gratiot, and then one for the Beach Bash will be down at Wright Park. But all the shows are marked with an asterisk, and the location are marked on the cards. And we have 30,000 of these cards floating around, so it's being marketed properly within the Quad State area in Canada. The fireworks celebration, of course, is going to be 3 days. We have many food vendors that come in for that. We have vendors all the way from Florida that come in for the annual fireworks celebration, so it's a large celebration. The good news is we have a company that we've signed with to get a head count, and we've signed with them to do a better head count of the attendance, and we feel the attendance has risen to about 20,000 people here in the fireworks celebration. So they'll be counting the people at Point Gratiot Park and along the waterfront, past Bart's Cove, along Memorial Park, Veterans Park, along the lakeshore wall line, down all the way through Wright Park, and they'll have drones flying and counting, and they also have cameras set up to count the number of people at Memorial Park, and we know we packed that park up. So there's going to be tens of thousands of people here for the show.
And now, because the pier is under construction, and we know that there are things going on.
Sure.
Will the fireworks still go off at the end of the pier like they have in the past?
Absolutely. We talked about this at the council meeting, and we've mentioned it on our websites. The fireworks are never were meant to be taken away from the pier, so they will be fired from the pier, the same angle. The only difference is because of the pier construction, there will be a barge there, and we will do them off a barge, but at the same angle, right at the end of the pier. We'll have the barge located there, and we'll have the huge, about a 40-minute show. It's one of the largest in the, well, it is the largest fireworks celebration in Chautauqua County, and we're proud to have Starfire come back and do our fireworks celebration. And again, we have 8 bands playing in 3 days, which is phenomenal. We've got over 60 bands in 13 weeks. Dunkirk Festivals and Special Events have been working very hard this year to put on some fine activities for you. We have a new stage at the Point, which we will be utilizing. There's going to be a new summer concert series starting up at the Point. We're working with the Sunset crew, Revitalize Dunkirk, and we're going to start that up soon. And we will have some music leading up to the sunsets at the Point. So stay tuned for that press release. And yeah, that's another fine event that we're going to have.
It seems like that every day there's something new that's happening. I mean, you and your department, whenever I go up there, you guys are just, there's always phones are ringing and things are going on. So now this Revitalized music for Revitalized Dunkirk, this is new. Is this like a little tease here?
Well, we're working with some of the 501c3 agencies that do some fundraisers. There's the organization that are doing, there are many. You've got Chautauqua for the aging, the Home for the Aging, and you have, what else? You have the Hazelton, Jennifer Hazelton, whose husband was the officer who passed on. Officer Hazelton. There's the police. There's many 501c3s that would like to participate in the pier, and there's just not enough room.
Right.
So we'll try to help them out this way, and we can do a band for them, and they can set up, and we'll draw some people in for them, and we'll market it properly, and we'll start a new series up at the Point.
That sounds amazing. So now the 4th of July, we're going to start actually on the 3rd. We have band at Memorial Park on the 3rd. We have the fireworks, and there will also be a band on the 4th.
Right.
What's happening on the 5th?
The 5th is a magnificent day. Let me just go over the lineup one more time. July 3rd, you have Wooden Ship opening up right around 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then you have the Chicago Authorities. Chicago Authorities is a very popular band, and the fans love it. They've highly requested the Chicago Authorities, so they're coming back. Then on the 4th, you have Rockin' Robin. You have actually 4 bands playing. It's going to be a magnificent day. You have Furious George, which is a great local band. Tim Fody has done a wonderful job with that band. You also have Midnight Recovery, and then it leads right into The Rising, doing a finale and singing some patriotic songs, which leads you right into the fireworks. Fireworks will begin around dusk, and again, that's the largest fireworks celebration. Now, you mentioned July 5th. We have a huge tribute from Kiss This. It's a Kiss tribute band that's sponsored by Brooks TLC Kaleida. And the opening act is Passionworks, and Passionworks is another fine main attraction. So we have that combined. That's just a phenomenal week right there. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th is a 3-day celebration, and you have 8 bands playing total. And like I said, you have 60-plus bands for 13 weeks. So we've done a good job with the events. You asked a question about the Great Lakes Offshore Grand Prix. We also have some of these cards floating around at the boardwalk and some of the other local stores, One Stop, and it's all over the place. But on one side, you have the Great Lakes Offshore Grand Prix 2019. Their dates are August 16th through the 18th. On the back side, you have the July 4th 3-day celebration, and the lineup is on there. So I don't know what else I can say about the marketing, but it's out there.
It is. We do have information everywhere. It's also on the website. It's also on Dunkirk Access.
It sure is.
So people can catch it. It scrolls out on Dunkirk Access 1301, so you can see it there. So now, after the 4th of July, we have other things that are going on. We've had a couple of bands that have canceled due to weather, due to the inclement weather. Tell me about, when are we going to see those bands? Are they going to come back?
Well, we were blessed, the whole term of Mayor Rosas so far, we've been blessed with the weather. But this year, it's been a terrible spring. It was a wet spring, and we had to cancel some of the bands because of the bands moving over to Memorial Park. It's just too wet, and it rained all day for some of those dates. We rescheduled the Sean Patrick McGraw, June 13th, and unfortunately, he can't come back in September. He's from Nashville, but we have assigned on with Greg Crow from Nashville, also Tennessee, and he's signed with a company, and he has recorded. He's a phenomenal recording artist out of Nashville, Tennessee. We're happy to have Greg Crow on board. We just have to confirm that with the Kosciuszko Club, who's the band sponsor, and then we will have that date for the 12th. The one that was canceled on June 20th, which was a great band, Uncle Ben's Remedy, who drew in probably 6,000 people last year, is rescheduled for September 5th at this time. And that's been confirmed. Okay, so that's it right now. We hope that we don't have any more cancellations, but if we do, stay tuned, and we'll post the cancellation date once we confirm with the band sponsors on the websites and Access 12.
Right.
And also we'll put something in the paper.
Right.
And get it out there.
So people can watch. You'll know what's going to go on when we know that a band is going to be canceled. We put that on the scroll on Spectrum 1301, so you see that. It's also on the website. And we let you know when they're going to be rescheduled, if we know when that is going to be.
That's true.
Now, we have a big event in August, and we're bringing back the boats.
That's right.
They're going to be bigger, more, faster.
They are.
Yeah, and so now tell me more about what's going on in August.
Well, first of all, we want to thank our presenting sponsors of the music on the pier. That's DFT, Schultz Resale Center, and Brooks TLC Kaleida. And the stage sponsor, of course, is Chautauqua Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Now, for the Dunkirk Great Lakes Offshore Grand Prix 2019, We're looking to televise that again. That will be streamed live thanks to DFT and their sponsorship, streamed live to 105 countries around the world. So it's just magnificent. We want to thank our presenting sponsors, DFT Communications, Lakeshore Savings Bank, the City of Dunkirk, Chautauqua County, the IDA also, the Chautauqua County IDA, Athenix, Excite, Pike, Refresco is coming as a presenting sponsor this year. H&K Services, another hardy sponsor there. CCIDA, Lolly, Tradition. We also have Chautauqua Opportunities, the APG Sound, Bart's Cove, Rookies, Fredonia College, Holiday Harbor, ECR International. Pretty much does it. Remember, we're still working on a deal with CBS Sports, but this is going to be a great and phenomenal event again. We expect to draw in more people because they're doing an event within the event. And they'll bring in the winners from other sites, and they'll settle the score here in the finals in Dunkirk. Those guys competing in the finals will automatically qualify to the World Championships down in Key West, Florida. So this is a huge event, and we're very fortunate to have that for our residents of the city of Dunkirk. So support the event. There's going to be a VIP area staged at top of Dimitri's at Katerina's. We won't have the tent at the pier this year. We look to still work with Benchley Contracting. They're doing a wonderful job for us last year to lower the boats into the water. Phenomenal races. We're still working with the U.S. Coast Guard, Homeland Security, some of the safety agencies, with the State Police Dive Team, the County Dive Team, the Chautauqua County Fire and Police, the Dunkirk Fire and Police, which have been very patient with us, working because the RWO has landed the World Championships in Key West. They will eventually get here this month for another safety meeting, so we're really looking forward to that. But it's been a lot of work, and we're very fortunate to have it, and we signed a 3-year deal, so they'll be back again. But we're looking forward to year 2. The parade is on August 16th, and then August 17th and 18th are race days, and we're looking very much forward to that event happening.
Last year when we did this, we had the VIP tent was on the pier. This year we're going to do the VIP location will be at Katerina's, so the pier will be open except for where they're lowering the boats. Is that correct?
Right. And the end of the pier will have the CBS recording crews filming back there live and streaming it live with a setup that's being done by DFT. Now, we've already set the fiber optics and all the utility lines with this company. Nova has done a wonderful job there at the pier. The mayor has a nice relationship with them, and that's what he does. He builds relationships with our mayor, and we're lucky to have him. And he's done a wonderful job with the pier. That's it's really turning out to be quite a nice pier right now. And it's on
target. Actually, it's ahead of target, I guess, when I spoke with Director Yanis last week, so it looks like that'll be set to go. Now, there's one more thing other than just boats. What else are we going to have during this boat show? What else, or this boat race? Well,
we've got a thrilling intermission during the break. We have a fine pilot, Carol Pilone, coming in out of Canada to do a stunt for us, and she's a wing walker. And so she'll get out of the plane as her biplane is doing all the aerobatics in the air. She gets out and walks on the wing. And that's an exciting show to have at intermission, So that's, we're really working hard for you. So.
Right. So really, that event is really going to be the that's really what we're looking for, like the pinnacle of success, if you will, for the summer festivals. And you have really worked hard on that, and and not just because you're here, because I love you, but because of all the work that you do. I mean, when we talk about how this entire operation has grown. I mean, I remember the day when we had one band on Thursday nights, and that was it. And there was no air show, there was no boat race, there was, these things just didn't exist. And now we're having warm-up bands and bands.
That's correct.
We have all of these things going on. And like the 4th of July, we've got everything happening. We're going to have our beach bash, our sand sculpture, all that stuff coming back again?
We do. That's happening August 9th, 10th, and 11th. And we have a band coming in from Florida. Debbie and Dynamics are coming in. And we also have our world champion sand sculptor who's going to be doing sculpts at our beaches that remain, because the high water level on Lake Erie has just been, wow. And so we have a small beach at Wright Park where he'll work on that. We'll have our beach at Main Street. And I think we'll go up to Cedar beach also and create. Right. He did a wonderful eagle last year out of the sand, and he does some great creations for us. Dan Belcher, the world champion sand sculptor, will be back August 9th, 10th, and 11th. We're going to move the stage over to Wright Park, and we'll be staged out there, and the Dynamics will be playing there, and we're working on a couple other bands to open up. So that's going to be a fantastic summer. It's just really kicking off for us because of the weather, but we look forward to a remainder of the summer weather really cooperating with us so we can really produce some fun events for our City of Dunkirk residents. God knows we deserve it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, last Thursday we had the National Guard, the Air Force National Guard military band that was here.
We did.
And you had been working for how many years to get a military band in?
Well, you have to fill out applications with the government because these are our soldiers. These are they're being paid by the government, so they can't accept funds. You have to apply for their appearance, and we did that, and we finally were able to get them to come to Dunkirk. So it was a phenomenal opportunity for us, and it's a great 45-piece ensemble. What they'll do is they'll break it up into 3 sections and try to cover more of Western New York while they're here in our area. So we were lucky to have that, and
right.
We're really thrilled about that.
And they were fantastic. They were really, I mean, they were terrific. Anybody who missed them at Memorial Park really missed a great show because they were excellent. We were fortunate prior to them going to Memorial Park, we had them here in the studio. And we did just a brief introduction of who they were, asked them some questions.
Sure.
They talked about how to become a member of the military band, what they needed to do, and they played a few songs for us. So we're going to break out now. We're going to show that clip for those of you who missed it, and then we'll come back. Okay?
Sounds great.
So let's start by doing some introductions. Tell us a little bit who you are and what you do for the band.
Hello, my name's Staff Sergeant Jeremy Carls. I am a trumpet player in the band, and I'm also the operations manager.
I'm Staff Sergeant Megan May, and I'm a singer in the band.
My name is Technical Sergeant Amy Chikovich, and I'm also a vocalist in the band.
My name is Technical Sergeant Andrew Mins, and I'm a guitarist with the band and a non-commissioned officer in charge of the group.
And this band travels all over the Northeast. Tell me, how many states do you cover, and what exactly is your route?
So we cover 13 states throughout the Northeast, from Ohio down to Maryland and Delaware up to Maine, which covers about a third of the country's population. So each year we're a traditional guard unit, so we do 2 weeks of annual training every summer, and we just pick a different area within our area of responsibility. Last year we were in Maine and Rhode Island. The year before that we were in Ohio and Pittsburgh area. And this year we get to come up to Western New York and visit places like Dunkirk and Buffalo and Rochester.
Well, you know, that's great. We're so glad to have you here. I know that our chairman of fun, Hector Rosas, and our Mayor Rosas have been trying very hard to get a military band in, so we're so pleased to have you. Why don't you show us a little bit about what you do and sing us a song?
Sure. All right, here we go.
Done me and I bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks, and now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool time run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Ooh, hey, hey. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate. sticking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see clearer, but my breath fogged up the glass. And so I drew a new face and I laughed. I guess you never time, cause there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours.
That was wonderful. Great. Good job. You know, it's really amazing to me that typically we think about a military band and we think that it's all instrumental. And so to hear that there are vocals is really something, because you all are beautiful. You sing wonderfully. Now, tell me a little bit. How do you get started as a band member? What do you need to do? If there's someone out there who says, hey, I'd like to do that, what should they do?
So Meg and I both came from music school. We came out of college with music degrees. We auditioned for the Air Force. We qualified as musicians according to the standards set forth by the Air Force. After we won the audition, we went to a recruiter, and then we went to basic training just like every other airman. You don't necessarily have to have a music degree as long as you meet the qualifications that the Air Force sets as a musician.
So if there's someone out there who is musically inclined and who has a good voice or who can play an instrument, they could audition and then they would join the Air Force National Guard as a member of the band.
Correct.
But they still have to go through all of the criteria, right?
Right.
That's right. And so now, in addition to that, we also have other functions in the band, and now you also play an instrument. What is that?
I play trumpet.
You play trumpet. And are you also someone, I think that were you an operations guy or something else?
Correct. So usually we have people play as a musician, and then they have an additional duty, which could be something to do with finance or supply or NCOIC of a small group. So there's lots of different things to do.
Now, how many band members do you have?
We currently have 39 in our unit.
Are there 39, all of you up here in Dunkirk today?
Well, actually, today we have, it's a small ensemble day, so we have our rock band, which is 10 members here in Dunkirk. We had our brass quintet play at the Buffalo VA home hospital, and then we also took our New Orleans-style brass band down to Erie to play at Liberty Park.
Okay, so you actually split up into different groups.
Correct.
Right. Now, tell me a little bit about, you cover a very wide swath of the countryside. As you travel along, do you have breaks? Do you have family members that you stop, you see, you take leave? Go ahead.
While we are on our 2 weeks of annual training, we are with the band for those 2 weeks, so there's no leave, there is no breaks, and we just, get to communicate with our family with technology, but we don't really get to see them unless you happen to be close by to where they are.
And that's part of our sacrifice of being in the military, is we understand that for this time period we have to be away from our family, but that commitment to service is something that we all take very seriously. Sergeant Mins has a brand new baby at home. We all actually have children at home that are home and missing us, but we get to communicate with them using technology, like Sergeant May said. But that's part of the sacrifice and part of the commitment to the military that we take very seriously.
Right, and let me take this opportunity to say thank you for your service. And even though people might think, well, you're in the band, but you are serving the country. And just because you're in the band does not mean that you're serving any less. So thank you. Thank you for your service. Do you want to play another song? Do you have other questions? Anything else that you think that people might be interested in knowing?
We do have with this area, we do have a lot of shows that are coming up, as Sergeant Carls had already explained. We've got we've got 3 bands that are out today in different areas, but we also have some upcoming performances in the area. We're going to be in Niagara at the Hyde Park at the memorial over there, performing at 7 o'clock tomorrow, I believe. And that'll be our full concert band. So instead of the rock band or any of the small contingents, it will be the full concert band performing at the memorial. So that'll be a great event for people to come out to. And we've got a lot of other performances going out throughout the area, and a lot of information is available on our website and through our Facebook page as well. So we'll have all that information available right there.
So what is your Facebook page? How would somebody contact you on your Facebook page?
You would go up and search Air National Guard Band of the Northeast, and it'll be the first one that comes up.
Okay, so Air National Guard Band of the Northeast on the Facebook page, so you can find out what your route is, where you're going to be playing, what you do, and find out more about you, right?
Absolutely.
All right, that is wonderful. We're really looking forward to having you at Memorial Park later, but for now, go ahead. Let's play us out.
Heading down south to the land of the pines, strumming my way down to North Carolina, tearing up the road, pray to God I see headlights. Made it to the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel, rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. A baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, not country when I keep getting me down. Lost my mind playing poker, so I had to leave town. But I ain't turning back to living that old life, oh no. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Hey, mama, rock me. Last time. Hey, mama, rock me.
Well, that was great. And thank you, Hector. Thank you for being here, for all that you do. And let's talk a little bit about other things that are going on. Well, and just a reminder that we will have the fireworks on a barge off the end of the pier. That'll be happening.
Right.
This show is going to air on Wednesday, so everybody can watch that so they know what's going to be happening for the 4th of July, so all the questions will be answered.
There you go.
If there's anything else, if you have any questions about what's going on this summer, please give us a call. Let us know what's going on. Hector, thank you so much for the job that you do. We really appreciate it. As a Dunkirk resident and taxpayer, I think you're doing great.
Well,
so
thank you very much for the compliment. It's my pleasure. I'm just doing my job.
Well, yeah. Well, you're definitely the chairman of fun. Thank you for watching City Speaks. You can watch City Speaks every day, 3 o'clock and 10 o'clock on Spectrum 1301. You can check us on Dunkirk Access, the YouTube. You can call me, let me know what you think. Send an email, vwestling@cityofdunkirk.com. Call 363-6888. Send snail mail, 342 Central Avenue, Dunkirk. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Hector.
Well,
and
you're
have
welcome.
a great day.
And keep watching Vicki Westling on Access 12.
That's right.
City Speaks.
Thank you.